Hi, digital planners. This is Tina Phillips from A Wild Plan. And in my continuing effort to try to teach people about how to use these new little themes that I have, I need to probably also do a version on the iPad itself because I know not everybody is that savvy with Keynote on their iPad. I know I'm not. I've had to learn quite a few things because I'm so used to my desktop. But actually, I've discovered some really interesting little tricks in using the iPad. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a screencast from my iPad, and I'm going to go back to just when you first open this file, and this is the denim file, the denim theme again. And this is what you see when you first open it. I think I inserted the cover already, so all you need to do, but you need to do everything first in your master slides. So on your in Keynote on your iPad, you're going to see a little, but there's two ways to do it. You can see the edit master slide over on the right side right here, or you can click and hold that particular slide in the left hand side, and you'll get to see, you also see edit master slide right there as well. And it takes you to your master slides where you see the 4 pages that I've given you for this theme. And like I said, when you open it, you just save it as a presentation. You're going to save this out to, when you get the theme, you'll save it out to, like Dropbox or Google Mail or your Google folder or your cloud, your iCloud to go open it. And I would recommend putting all of the files on there or a copy of it or whatever, just so you have it when you want to insert the layouts and things like that or extras. So like I was saying in the workflow, we're going to go ahead and try to build a page. I went ahead and created this because it did take me a little bit longer, but I'll show you what I did in an example. And what you'll usually get is just get that blank page. These little circle tabs are not part of that, but I'll show you how. You just need to go to the page with all the little tabs and just kind of zoom in. And if you know how to, this was kind of a new thing for me. I was like, how do I selectively group things or select groups in on the iPad? So what I learned is you got to click and hold, and then you can click with your finger. You got to hold it on one hand, on that first one with one hand, and then you can click with the other hand the multiple ones that you want. And then the little menu comes up to cut, copy, delete, or group. You want to copy, and then you want to go back to your master slides. Pinch back down, and then you want to paste, and there they go. But here's the other part that I found kind of interesting. Click and hold again, and you want to go ahead and group that to make one group. And the interesting way to rotate things on the iPad I found was really interesting, and you do it with your thumb and your forefinger, is you hold it and then you actually twist it. And I did it before. Come here, Tina. I know you want to do this. There we go. So you click and hold with your thumb, and then you twist in the direction that you want it to go in with your index finger. So there's like just that little twisting motion on there. So once you have those, and I guess pointing the way you want it to, you can go ahead and ungroup these. And then pick out the ones, I think I grabbed too many, but then you just line them up. Not like that. I'm finding that with the iPad, I have to zoom in more to get things to like select properly because it is easy to kind of accidentally do things. And once again, you're going to click and hold to multiple select. And then once you have all 12 or whatever, how many tabs you want to use the align and then vertically distribute. And then put it behind that little page, this little page thing right here. And as you can see, it's sitting behind there. So anyway, so that's that part of it. Let me go ahead and select all of this. Get rid of that, and we'll go ahead and we'll put the little ribbons on there, because I had those little ribbon bookmarks. So I'm going to click and hold and select these little ribbons, and then come back to my blank page, paste, and then just kind of place them where I want them. And then I want that one a little bit smaller, this one a little bit smaller. Okay. And so there's my blank page. Oh, I also had this part, didn't I? That was copy, paste, and then rotate. That was a lot easier that time. See, I'm getting better at it. It does not like always going over there. And this is a little bit different because what I usually do is I'll place that and then I'll select both of them. Copy. Paste. That takes some getting used to. The good news is you can keep doing it. And I'm not going to be probably as neat as I should be, but I needed for the sake of time, just to kind of keep going with this. Okay, and then I will leave that there. Let me go ahead and fix this. And that needs to go down a little bit. You can use your arrow keys to do like the really minor stuff, the really small little stuff. And that's what I just did on my iPad keyboard. You want to group that. Bring this to front. And so now I have my little lace thing right there. So when I change the colors, I'll have the color going through there, and that's kind of a neat little effect. So this will be my blank page. And then what I want to do is create my monthly, weekly, and daily stationery pages. And I just want to duplicate. There it is. And I go ahead and rename these. And you just click and hold, and then I'm going to call this monthly. And I hit done. And I once again duplicate. Click and hold. Come on. There we go. Rename. I'm going to name this my weekly. And then one more time. Duplicate. And I'll call that one daily. And again, any of these that you've planned out that you need to have a master slide or master page, whatever you want to call it, you'll just keep doing this for this part. I only recommend, like I said before, I only recommend maybe up to 4, just to keep your file size down, and make multiple types of books instead. And that way you can open them at the same time on GoodNotes when you need to. And that way you can have like you kind of set your own navigation up every time you open something within GoodNotes. So let's go to monthly, and we want to go ahead and add the image from our folder. So you want to say insert from, and I'm going to go back one. This is my Dropbox, and I had this GoodNotes, and this was under kits. Kits. Yeah, I only look like I'm organized. I'm not always organized in my file system here. So if you look under the source, I've divided it up for you. And what we're looking for are page layouts. And right now, I just need the monthly blank. And that's this one. And that one comes in. It's a little bit bigger than what you need it to be, but that's okay because I kind of did that to adjust for sizes for people who are going to be kind of doing different things. A lot of pinching and zooming here. There we go. This definitely does take some getting used to on the iPad though. Come here, you. Ah, there we go. And I don't know if it's because I have a paper-like on my iPad that's causing this, or is it just the super thin lines? Because when I zoom in on it, I seem to be able to grab it easier. So I think it's just the super thin lines as well, so it might be a combination. But once you get that set, you only have to do it once. So that's my monthly. So I have some room for extra little stickers and things like that, or any kind of trackers I want to put in there for my specific weeks if you want to do that. Let's go into the weekly, and we want to insert from, let's see, weekly block. And you get a bunch of different things to play with. You have a quadrant thing that you can play with. Week block, there's also some lines if you wanted to play with that. You can even create lines that you want to if you wanted to do that inside of Keynote. You can do that as well. Let's see. There's my weekly. Let me shrink that down a little bit. This one's a little bit easier to grab because there's just more to it. But let's see, I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, so there's my weekly. And then let's go ahead and insert from. And there's a daily block right there. So I'm going to select that one. That's the other nice thing, to have all the layouts in one folder. You don't have to keep going and finding them again. So come on, you. Yeah, I kind of think this is due to my paper-like. My finger does keep sliding around a little bit on the... You'll have to let me know if y'all experience that too, if y'all have a paper-like or a screenshot thing on there. Okay, so this is my daily. So now I have all my stuff laid out properly the way I want to. And I want to go ahead and hit done. So I want to go back out to my slides. So what I want to do is in the lower left corner, you add that little box with the plus sign on it, and you see all of your master pages. And you can kind of see the month, week, and day right there. It's in order from left to right. So you go cover, first page on the right, and then month, week, daily. So what I want to do first is I'm just going to create my token month. I want a blank one first, as this is going to be my divider, okay? And the cool thing about this is that you can create, let me go back to the background, and you want it to be a color. And I'm not sure, yep, there it is. You have, if you go into the background and you want to change the color of it, there's a little eyedropper right there. And I think you kind of need to be zoomed in. So if you want to select a color from the tabs, which is what I was doing here, this is a little bit different than the, see right there. So all I did was touch that and it grabbed the color. So this is my, going to be my divider. And so as you can see, it automatically just selected it. This is my divider. I want to go ahead and I'm going to make a full month first. And I'm going to show you how I kind of organize that. If you saw in the other one, I'm going to do the same exact thing. So next I want my month. And then because it's my preference, actually, and then what you can do actually when I started doing the inset thing, this is so much nicer to really organize your files and your pages because it gets ignored when it makes the PDF. But while you're creating your PDF, this is really nice that you can kind of like pull the pages up into the files when you're trying to do your links. It's a whole lot easier. So what I'm going to do here, click on that. I want to have 5 weeks. So I'm going to just create 5 weeks. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can also duplicate these pages if you want to as well, because there's really nothing on them. They're just still referencing the same page. So, but once again, I want to click and hold. And then I want to drag these a little bit till I see that little line on the left side and pull it underneath the month. So now you can actually do an accordion of your weeks and then days. Well, now I need a daily. So let me go ahead and click on this one, and I want to say a new one. And I only put one daily because I never know if I'm going to keep up with that. And I don't want to have unnecessary pages if I don't need them. So I tend to just duplicate dailies as I go. Instead of having that, I don't really link to it. You can always make a bookmark in GoodNotes for that. I don't really find it necessary to link to every single page. If you are one of those people, more power to you. I'm kind of lazy that way. I'd much rather just create a bookmark that I can easily make or break inside the application itself. And once again, this goes up to 6 different levels, so you're allowed to do that. So this is about 4, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. But now you can pull it all up. So the beauty part of this, though, is now I can create a whole month and I can copy. Or it's not copy, it's select all. Oh, that's not what I wanted either. Oh, it's duplicate, not in here. Okay. There we go, paste. That's what it was. It's copy and paste versus duplicate in the desktop version. So lesson learned, right? But then you see all the little copies, so you only know how to do it once. And then you go back to this page and zoom in on the next tab. And you want to go in the second part, click that little eyedropper, and there you go. So that's your second month. I'm going to go ahead and hit this, copy. Takes a little minute because you're copying all those pages. It'll go away. Paste. Click on that page. And you just got to keep going through this little process just to make sure you have the right color. And you want to keep going through all of that process as you go. So I'll just, you get the idea. You don't really want to watch a video of me doing all of it. So the thing is, once you're done with all 12, you're going to make note of, I'm going to go ahead and link to the dividers themselves. So you can kind of see what page you're on because I've lumped them all together. So it's easy to just kind of write down those 12, 2, 10, and 18. You want to go back to your master slides, okay? And here's the little trick that I'm going to do. You're going to want to ungroup all of your little tabs there because you do not want them grouped. You want to link, and you want to link to a slide, a specific slide. Oh, there we go. Link to slide, and I want it to go to 2. And then back. And you're going to keep doing this as well. Link to slide, and I think 210. Back. And once you've created all of your links all the way down, you're going to want to select all of this. A little bit easier than said than done. Okay. Oh, that's because it was locked. That's why. Okay. Click and hold. 1, 2. There we go. I went ahead and just selected all of my slides and copied them. Okay, and you can actually wait to do this on your master slides. If you want to wait to do your tabs, to create your tabs, you can do it in that order. It's probably more efficient. But I was just trying to show you how the design part works. And what I did here was I deleted all of this. And then I hit paste. And it all comes in, so your links come in the way they're supposed to. You only have to do that one time and copy and paste to each page. So then you'll have all of your links. I know I didn't grab those last two, but you'll have all of your links in the same place, exact same place, and you just duplicate it on each of your master pages on there. And then once you're done with that, you go back to redo. For some reason, I always keep looking at that arrow as I go back to the thing. Paste. There we go. Okay. And you want to say done. So now you can see your little links are kind of faded, so you can tell that's the ones that are on your master pages versus, like, say you wanted to create a link specifically for this one. You'd actually have to draw a little square or something on top of that if you wanted to make that a different link to something else, and then copy paste that invisible square to whatever page you want to go to. If you have any questions on this, please let me know. I think I covered everything in working in Keynote on the iPad, but it's the same exact workflow, although it is a little more difficult on the iPad. That's probably why I prefer my desktop. I'm much more savvy in there. So I have that kind of thing going for me there. Let's see, slide view. Okay, and that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.